the LeetCode problem move zeros. Let's get started. Given an integer array nums, so this is the nums array with all the integers in it, and move all the zeros to the end of it while maintaining the relative order of the non-zero elements. So you must do this in place. So we are not using any additional space, any additional array. We are doing it in place. So we are moving these elements like 1, move it ahead, move 3 ahead, move 12 ahead, and all the zeros should be moved at the back like this. We have to maintain the order of these non-zero elements like 1, 3, 2, in which order they were. We have to keep that order. We are not allowed to use any extra array, so we are doing it in place. Let's jump into the code. So it is an easy level problem. So first, what we will be doing here is we will be looping through the nums array, and we are checking if this element is not a zero, right? If this element is not a zero, then move it at this particular index, that at the very first index, right? So then go to the second element. If this is not a zero, then put it on the second index. If this is not a zero, put it in the third index. And if it is a zero, then put everything at the back of the array. So we have to keep the size of the array, it will be same. So the non-zero elements will be filled at the front, and the rest of the length of the array, we are filling it with zeros. So first we are using the for loop here. Int I equals to 0, I less than nums dot length I plus plus. Here we have to specify the index, so where we are putting the non-zero elements. Int index x equals to 0. If nums I is not equals to 0, if an element is not equals to 0, then put that element into nums at index. This index is 0. This was initialized to 0, so this is a 0 at the first, and then we are doing plus plus. After adding the one element, it is incrementing the index so that we don't overwrite at one particular index. So we are adding I here. If nums is not equals to 0, then we are adding I at nums at index this position. And if we encounter, so now if we encounter, everything will be added, all the non-zero elements will be added at the index. So at the end there will be some empty spaces in the array, so we are filling that with the zeros. For int I equals to, not from the 0 in this case, now we are starting with the index. So the index, till index it is filled with the non-zero element, so now we are starting from the index till nums dot length till the end of the array, and I plus plus, and we are filling it with these zeros. Nums at I position and 0. That's it. We are not using any additional space here. One, 3, 4. How can it be a 4? It should be the number. It is, the issue is in the non-zero elements. If nums at I is not equal to 0, yes, this, when it comes here, yes, it's not equals to 0. Nums at index plus plus equals to I. Oh, I made a mistake here. Here we are entering that number like this, the number at this position. Accepted. Let's submit it. Yes, runtime is 0 ms. Thank you for watching, guys. See you in the next video.